What's up YouTube? Shamu Aquatics here, bringing you guys another video. It's another big update on my 8-foot 240-gallon shark tank. You might notice there's a few things new in here. The most obvious difference is the big tall fake green plants that I just randomly tossed in here because I needed to provide some more shelter and break some lines of sight, because I have added 6 of these little I've added 6 of these little rainbow sharks in here. We are currently on day 5 or 6, and yes, things were chaotic on day 1, but literally by day 2 things mellowed out to what you're seeing now. 3 little rainbow sharks just chilling right next to this fully grown adult male redtail. Now, how am I getting away with this? I really wish I could get okay, so there's the 6 rainbow sharks and the 2 redtails. I have managed to see all 8 of them up here banging at the glass. I didn't get it on video, unfortunately, but yeah, what you're seeing now is totally peaceful, not bugging each other. Now, this red-tailed shark is a male, so they don't get as big as females. He's only 5 inches long, and since he's about 3 years old now, he's most likely not gonna get any bigger than that. So that's why he doesn't appear that much longer than these little red-finned noodles. Like, I think what you're looking at right here is a little 3-incher, probably pushing 3 inches. They're about the same length as this smaller redtail that I have. But as you can see, red-tailed sharks are significantly thicker in the body, and they have larger fins. And only the tail is red. But yeah, right now they're hungry. And when I feed them, this piece that you guys are witnessing right now, once food enters the chat and after all the food starts to disappear from the water column, these 2 red-tailed sharks will start chasing these rainbow sharks. The rainbow sharks will start bickering amongst each other. The whole ordeal will fizzle out after 30 minutes though, so. But that's what they do. Now, even during peacetime, you will still occasionally see microaggressions, in short bursts. These red-tailed sharks will sometimes charge at the rainbow sharks. Rainbow sharks will charge at each other in short bursts, or they'll chase each other halfway across the tank and retreat. Usually only happens if they get right in each other's faces though, or if they go inside certain caves. But yeah, I can actually call them on command. But anyway, enjoy the peace while it lasts. We got to get some food in here. And another thing that baffles me is I thought they would all spread out and create their own little territories. No, they're just like all the other fish in this tank. They're all just crowding up on the right half of the tank. Just all hanging out together. I think I saw a wanderer on this end. Yeah, look at this half of the tank. It's almost completely deserted. And this is probably the best spot if they ever needed to hide from each other or from those big bad red-tailed sharks. But yeah, okay, we're gonna get some food in here now. Say goodbye to the peaceful sharks because, yeah, it's time for the feeding time rage. All right, time to get these little guys fed. Oh yeah. And now, once most of that food starts to disappear from the water column, that is when you'll usually start to see the red-tailed sharks chasing these rainbow sharks around. Rainbow sharks start bickering amongst each other and all that. It's that feeding time chaos, man. Granted, at least they wait until most of the food disappears, so at least everybody has time to chow down. But I also will say that the red-tailed sharks are actually a lot more chill than these rainbow sharks. You'll probably end up seeing why at some point in this video. During feeding, the roselines will also start chasing the crap out of each other. The bala sharks will sometimes chase the crap out of each other. It's that feeding time chaos, man. But now that we're on like day 5 or 6, and these sharks don't really hide that much, I don't think I really need these tall, fake plastic plants that I have back there. The reason I got these is because I cannot get jungle val to grow, because my boesemani rainbows seem to think that jungle val are chew toys. You can see some short jungle val back there. So the only real plants in this tank are some jungle val, mostly Anubias, and some Java fern. See, the chasing has started. Now, like I said, the key to being able to successfully keep multiple rainbow sharks and red-tailed sharks in a tank in the long term into adulthood is to have them in at least a 6-foot tank, which in this case they are in a 8-footer. You want to have a lot of tank furniture throughout the tank, especially tall stuff and tunnels and caves. And you want to have no less than 5 of them, because general rule is either have just one or a group of 5 plus. And yes, you can mix and match red tails with rainbows. So yeah, there's 2 red tails, but there's 6 rainbows. So that actually counts as a group of 8, as long as they are the labio species. Now, the bala sharks and the roseline sharks, they do not count. But also another thing that helps with breaking lines of sight is to have a lot of other fish in the tank. Especially a lot of medium-sized schooling fish that swim out in the open in the water column. So yeah, these other fish work as sight breaks, moving sight breaks. As you can see, we only saw the red tail chasing them like a couple times so far. It's not like a constant, like in circles endlessly around the tank. There's a lot of positions where they can't see each other. They can graze around and do whatever. And after 30 minutes, this will die down. But yeah, so far so good. Now people are probably thinking like, oh, well, what's gonna happen when they get bigger? I've already done this before. If you just have at least 5 of them, keep them in a big tank, and follow the rules that I mentioned, you can have them last into adulthood. The last time I did this, they all lived for like anywhere from 7 to almost 9 years. They died almost in exact order of oldest to youngest. Natural causes. There's older videos where you guys can see like where I have like a big group of fully grown adults chilling together. But yeah, so far so good. Looks like these rainbow sharks are chasing each other more than the red tails are. So that's why I say, like, yeah, people say that red-tailed sharks are more aggressive than rainbow sharks. I will say that the red-tailed sharks, every time I keep them in groups, yes, red-tailed sharks are usually more dominant over the rainbow sharks. But in terms of like aggression, like I find the rainbow sharks to be a bit more bitchy and aggressive. While the red tails tend to mostly just show their aggressive side for that like 20 to 30 minute period after feeding time. But feeding time also seems to trigger the rainbow shark fights too. See how in the first 4 minutes of this video it was all peaceful? Then I fed them and not anymore. But even if you follow all the rules, keep them in a group of 5+ and a big, decorated, good stocked tank, that doesn't mean that they're absolutely never going to fight and never going to chase each other. No, you're just dispersing the aggression, and in turn it ends up significantly reducing it. And if you get them used to being around other sharks for most of their lives, it should work out. Another advantage too, which hasn't happened yet, a lot of times, most of the time when these guys fight, they almost always get interrupted. So like you got a couple fighting up there. Red tails don't really seem that interested in chasing them today. But yeah, the red tails also act as the enforcer. And the reason why I like to do a mix of red tails and rainbows, I think the way it works out the best is if you have at least 1 or 2 red tail sharks in the tank, you have guaranteed tank bosses. They do develop a hierarchy. It often is based on size, while red-tailed sharks will usually be more dominant by default, but with the rainbow sharks, it's usually by size. The larger one will be more dominant, tougher. See how that fight got broken up? Are they gonna go right back to it? He's not really acting that aggressively. These are like some half-hearted little chases. This guy chases them more, but haven't really seen much from him today. But yeah, this is actually for a feeding time, this is actually pretty mellow. I like this. Maybe it will, is it gonna gradually get calmer and calmer as time goes? Now, granted, if that smaller red tail turns out to be a female, it most definitely will take over as the tank boss, because females get bigger and more aggressive. This is a male. Another difference between the males and the females too is that these males also will have a more sharper, longer point to the dorsal fin. In the rainbow sharks, as they get older, it will be more obvious, but with red-tailed sharks, the differences are a little bit more subtle. But if you have a good eye for it, you can tell. Plus a dead giveaway being that this adult male is only 5 inches long. That's already, and he's also not that thick. That tells you right there that he's a male. Males can still get up to that 6-inch mark, but you'll know a female red-tailed shark when you see one. They get really fat. But anyway, that's gonna do it for today's update. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video.